Raise your hand if you didn't see this coming. Woo, boy, talk about belt to ass, man. Belt to ass. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. Dugas, coming at y'all with another episode of Dropping Dimes with Mr. Dugas. And today I'm going to talk about today's Division One non-select Louisiana State Championship game, as you have the Central Wildcats from Baton Rouge beating the Ruston Bearcats 42 to nothing. And a game that I think there's even a worse loser than Ruston tonight, to be honest with you. Before I get into this video, man, for anyone, if you want to drop a dot on the Cash App, my Cash App information is down in the description box. Also, my social media information is down in the description box. Also, I co-host a sports talk radio show every Sunday morning. That information is down in the description box. If you're a subscriber to the channel, greatly appreciate the love and support. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell notification button, like the video, and share it with your folks. So, wow. Look, man, I'm shocked by this. I am shocked, but also at the same time, extremely impressed. I thought Ruston would win this game, yo. I knew Central had a decent team. I knew they beat Cecilia early in this year, but Disa Solari got injured in that game. I knew they beat Lafayette Christian Academy earlier this year, but I mean Lafayette Christian Academy kind of was up and down this year. Um, I seen they beat Neville last week when they blocked the field goal and ran it back. A game that was pretty much back and forth. And Ruston just been on the heat of late. Ruston completely took apart a really good Destrehan team and program last week. So I thought Ruston had this one, man. But Central had probably one of the more impressive defensive performances you will ever see. This defense was not only was it a dominant defensive effort, you got to consider who they was going up against. They shut out a Ruston team that just scored 44 points last week. They shut out a Ruston team that has a really good running back, really good receivers, and a quarterback that's actually going to play football at Tulane next year, who was a ranked team the majority of the year, yo. A good Tulane football program right now. And Central held that offense to 90 yards of total offense, man. Now, look, Jackson Fairman was outstanding today. I mean, he threw 5 touchdown passes. I think he had over 250 yards or whatever. I mean, he was accurate. He was decisive. He was really good in this game. I mean, outstanding. But to me, the defense was the story of this game, man. Just completely dominating this rest of the team. DK Mays, who's going to Houston, picked up a fumble, ran it back to give them a 14-0 lead, and they just never looked back, man. An absolute dominating performance by the Central defense. And I'm going to be honest, man, it's rare that I watch defense and get excited. Like, usually you get excited by watching a quarterback in a rhythm or watching a running back having a big day, a receiver making acrobatic catches. But I was excited to watch a defense play today. Like, watching that Central defense today was fun. You know what I'm saying? Watching old school dominant defense like that on a high school level was really impressive to see, man. And for Ruston, hey, it happens. Like, some days it just be like that. You can't explain it. It just be like that, man. But overall, they still got a really good program. Jaden Anning, who's actually the younger brother of Aiden Anning, who's coming to LSU next year, he was actually the player of the game today. And which goes to show you how dominant Central's defense was. I want to say he the only player out of all the games that was a defensive player of the game. I think I could be wrong, but I think all the other players of the game were offensive players, and he was the only defensive player because you couldn't give nobody on Ruston's. Not to say he didn't have a good game, but you couldn't give nobody on Ruston's offense that trophy. So man, what a performance by them! But like I said, for Ruston, it happens. But to me, it's somebody else I want to talk about. and is the head coach at Neville. Look, I'm not big on coming after people or calling people out. I said it in my preview video for all these state championship games. I seen Neville coach last week go on a radio show and basically say that Ruston's going to destroy Central. He was mad at Central doing some pregame stuff that they normally do. If you really look at, I ain't see the whole video, what happened before or after, but the little footage that I seen, it looked like Neville coach was being a you know what. You know what I'm saying? And then he lost, and then he shows no respect to the team that just ended his season and said Ruston gonna destroy them. Well, you gave that team extra motivation and they beat Ruston 42-0. I really sincerely hope somebody interview him this week because I want to hear what he got to say. And honestly, he should offer the Ruston head coach and team an apology because I'm sure Central used that bulletin board material. Now, I'm not saying it made a difference in the game or not, but I'm sure you gave Central that extra added motivation for already an emotional state championship game, and you basically hung that Ruston coaching staff and team out to dry by giving their opponent unneeded motivation, yo. So if I'm Ruston's head coaches and players, now granted you got to look at yourself in the mirror first for your piss poor performance, but also you got to feel some type of way about Neville coach disrespecting your opponent like that. And for Neville coach, man, keep your mouth shut, bro. Like your team lost last week, fair and square at home. Take your L and take your ass home. You don't see high school coaches doing that type of nonsense. Oh, they gonna kill him. They gonna kill him. It just goes to show you an immature dude, and which is why your team lost last week. And shout out to Central for shutting you up. I hope next season you learn to keep your damn mouth closed and be more mature as a head coach. And maybe your team could win a state championship next year instead of losing at home in the semifinals. But if I'm Ruston, yeah, I feel some type of way about Neville's coach saying what he said by firing up my opponent even more. You know what I'm saying? Unnecessarily, yo. Like you could say who you think gonna win. Nothing would have been wrong if you said, "Well, I think Ruston will win," but you went out there to say they gonna smoke them. Like you gave no respect to Central, and shout out for them for shutting you up, for not only sending your ass home last week, but also making you look like an idiot today. Cause I ain't looking at Ruston, I'm looking at you as the biggest loser today. Shout out to Central for the championship, man. What a defensive performance. But with that being said, man, that's all I got for y'all today. Appreciate y'all checking out the video. Hit the like button for your boy. Give me a subscribe. I'm going to have LHSCA content throughout the year. Y'all have a blessed one.